Last topic this week, Kev. We're going to switch from a lot of Marvel talk this week to the DC, as you call it, the DCGU, the the DC Gun Universe, official working title here
trademark.
on dDweeb.
It's a verbal trademark that's legally binding.
Verbal trademark. We've got a Peacemaker season 2 trailer just dropped, and we've talked about before that. James Gunn says it is pretty much required viewing at this point, right? We've got Superman character cameos, and if you want, what do you say? If you want to know what's next, you'll watch the show. Is that right? Something along those lines?
Yeah, that it's going to reveal the larger game plan. I can grab the quote here, but it's going to be important, much to the chagrin of some of our viewing audience who pointed out, what about my wife and kid who came with me to watch? What was it? Was it a PG Superman?
I can't remember,
PG-13
but it
max?
definitely is not this.
Not
level,
on the same page as this. So that much we know for sure, but it's going to be important. Not a good idea, gang. I'm just saying that. Not a good idea.
Yep. So makes his debut in, spoilers, Superman. I guess he doesn't make his debut. He's in Superman. Peacemaker is, John Cena is. Was it San Diego Comic-Con this weekend? I think it was San Diego. All up in costume. And then they dropped this trailer. So we're going to play this and then give our thoughts on it here. So give me 1 second to pull this up.
While you do, the quote was, if people watch the next season of Peacemaker, they'll see where a lot of these things are going. So
there it is. Yes. See where a lot of these things are going.
Maybe not full on required viewing, but it kind of sounds that way. We shall see.
Yeah, I think it's required viewing. I think it is. So here we go.
An optional team dinner, James.
Yeah, like it's an optional team dinner. Don't worry, you don't have to be there. Okay. Okay, here we go. Pulling this up. This is Peacemaker season 2 official trailer.
Here's the new trailer of Peacemaker season 2. Enjoy.
We doing it up in style.
Hey guys, apologize for the quality. My computer is mad right now.
On. Duh. Oh, okay. Okay.
Just hand it to him.
I'll just hand it to him.
It's a copyright filter.
That's right.
I've changed a lot since I last saw you. I don't want to be a joke anymore. I want to be a real hero.
You wear a clown costume and go out and beat up people. Chris, take something bad and make something good out of it.
Big upgrade on that helmet.
Yeah.
He killed my son.
You're being monitored right now.
By who?
Rick Flag, Sr.
Yep. Elder Rick Flag.
What is it?
I have a dimensional portal. And it leads to a parallel world.
What?
It's not that big a deal.
Get the out, is not.
My son's a better man you could ever dream of being.
I've tried to make up for my mistakes, but I'm not sure redemption is possible.
He's in love with you. Me and Chris, it's never gonna be a thing.
I'm going to make a life in the other world.
Another underwear
There's
scene.
another dimension. It's exactly the same as ours,
But better. Best dimension ever.
dude. That's sick.
We need to close that dimensional rift.
The Condoms, I'm partnering you up with our new agent, Rip Jagger.
Who's Rip Jagger?
Hey, fatty. No matter how green the grass is over there, you belong here with us. We're gonna get Chris back. You met your own self from a parallel dimension? You're wearing his clothes?
You think I bought this? That's hateful.
My mom We're going to my secret room. You're not allowed to follow.
You must be John.
Jesus.
You're not that dorky.
Shut up, Mom.
Oh, and for only $9.99 a month, James, we can watch that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the obligatory shout out to Max there. I'm gonna let you go first.
Well, I have thought of another bingo card for us, gang, because this includes a lot of the things that I have claimed many a time that I am tired of seeing in superhero movies.
Okay.
The number one being I'm fighting the evil twin of myself. It's happened in
Didn't
almost
Superman just do
every.
that?
It happened in every phase 1 movie of Marvel. Yeah, and Superman just did it, which was one of like my not favorite parts, but I didn't hate it. I was willing to give it a pass because I liked the majority of what went on with that movie.
Yeah.
But yes, they did just do that. And it is overdone for whatever reason in the film world. Not that it doesn't exist in the comics, but you have many more stories to choose from, so it doesn't feel as overdone as many tropes have been done throughout the years. But so I don't love that. And while I am all for the multiverses, check our last segment to see more thoughts about that. The idea that he's got his own little personal TVA thing, it just feels a little too close.
Was that just
Marvel.
his? Like I was like confused by that because I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that very felt TVA to me, and I wasn't a huge fan of where that all ended up anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, there was a time when I enjoyed it, and I think it might have gotten worse along the way. But my theory here is that this is maybe somehow related to Lex Luthor's little pocket universe, that maybe I'm assuming someone smarter than Peacemaker came up with all of this.
Yeah, he did.
Found a side door in or something like that. But this idea, it also feels a little bit like Deadpool, and even with some elements of Deadpool Wolverine with their TVA and him, in that situation, he's going to multiple universes to find the right Wolverine. But in his story, he goes through and kills alternate versions of himself. It just like I don't know that this is the way I would want to see a story go. As somebody who admittedly didn't even watch the first season of Peacemaker, this doesn't make me want to get caught up and be like, oh, cool, I can't wait to watch this. I feel like I've seen this 100 times already.
Which I think is kind of important, right? Like, I don't know if you need to watch season 1 or not. They haven't really said if that's still canon, which spoilers at the very end, there's a brief scene of the Justice League. They're like, you don't see him in character, but they're like showing up at a scene, like Superman's dropping down, you see his back. So I don't probably think it is, but maybe, I guess he maybe goes through these portals and then it's irrelevant. Peacemaker season 1's fun. Like it is very fun, but I would agree with you. Like just watching this, I'm just kind of like, man, if I was like, oh man, I really like Superman. What's next? This is it. And then I watch that, it'd be a little bummed out, be like, I don't know. Like I was already planning to watch it, so I'm not too worried about like this. But if I'm an outsider, you're trying to get people in, I'm kind of just like, not a great trailer.
Yeah, I wouldn't score it well for a preview review.
No.
Yeah, I think some of this might be bad timing too, James. I don't want to put this next bit of feedback at the feet of the cast and crew of the Peacemaker. It's got nothing to do with them, but considering, like you said, Superman just came out, maybe not a good time to utilize Peacemaker in that way. If this is going to be something that points towards the future of the film universe, I think that on its own is probably a bad idea. Wrong place, wrong time. I don't know that he's the right character and it's the right style of story. To me, it'd be almost, again, the equivalency of having just major MCU plotline developments in a Deadpool movie, knowing that a good chunk of your audience can't even watch that because their parents.
Let's see if we can see what it's going to be rated.
So not only is it a smaller character in scale of the DCGU, but it's a more adult themed show, I believe, right? I'm basing some of this on the Suicide Squad 2021's, or was it 22? I don't know, the good one.
Oh, it'd be ESRB's video games. What would that be called? So I can TV rating. I'm trying to see what if it's been. And I'm getting weird because I'm not looking up the right thing.
What the rating for the show is, but
here we go. This is Peacemaker PG-13. Maybe that'll do it for me.
There it is. At Grok. It'll get you there.
I'm not even. I fucking refuse to touch Grok.
I figure I had.
Now I guess they're the Peacemaker. There's a movie in fucking '97. Maybe I'm not I try to stay away from AI and this stuff. That's why I'm not even using Google.
But yeah, while you look that up, I think it's probably would have been a better idea to just have more patience. I think some of this scares me, James, because it
here we
seems
go.
Like Gunn hasn't maybe learned the right lessons from some of DC's previous failures, as opposed to looking at, hey, you were in the Marvel side of things, man. Did he maybe not have the right takeaways? Because the original DC was rushed, but this also could be. And stop me if you've heard this one before, gang. This sounds like a Warner Brothers issue to me, James. It sounds like they are the ones who have not learned their lesson, and they once again are going to try to speed run getting to a Justice League that everybody loves so they can finally compete with the Avengers, who are, currently in the worst state that they've ever been. So why you'd be trying to do all of that in this moment in a rush is beyond me. Now's not the time to try to be rushing through superhero IPs. But did you find what you were looking for the TV show point?
No, I can't get it. I can't find an answer on what the rating of it is. I guess the TV shows even get ratings.
Well, you've seen it. So season one
is not TV. It's not kid friendly
for kids. Okay.
No.
So I think one would assume that generally speaking, it's not going to be for kids either. I would think.
Yeah.
I that seems pretty unprecedented to me. Not that it wouldn't happen again, especially with Warner Brothers involved. But I can't think of too many shows that went from being an adult thing to okay, now we're PG-13. Of course, you see it happen with movie franchises occasionally, but I don't know about TV shows. So I think the point stands, whether we know the rating or not. My point stands at least as far as not the show.
If it was rated, I would say it's probably PG-13. Like they don't. That's right. They don't rate TV shows like that. I'm trying. There is some as Peacemaker family friendly. Like I'm looking at these articles now.
These are like TV.
Been a bit
or something. It's not. They
wouldn't be TVMA for sure.
But yeah, I know what you're saying. It's a different rating system. But so you've seen
not that
first
crazy,
season.
but
do you want to check me on any of that since you've watched the first season and you clearly liked it enough to want to watch season 2. I think you mentioned that that ineffective trailer didn't have any too negative of a thought for you. So how do you feel about it having seen both? Do you think this is the right place to add this expanded, push the larger narrative forward? Is Peacemaker the place?
I gotta see it. I'm also the one that said I was kind of out on Superman, and I went and watched it and really liked it. It's I don't know, man. it's going to be, I'm very interested. Like, I wouldn't have done it. I would have used a more family friendly character, right? Like, you're trying to push box office numbers more than anything. And this is pretty quick after, and you kind of watch Marvel have varying degrees of success with TV shows. And I don't know. I know there's going to be cameos. I think the Justice League characters, some of them are showing up. I don't think Superman will show up, but you never know. I wouldn't have done it. I'm going to hold my breath and wait because I thought Superman was pretty good, but we'll see. I wouldn't have started here. I would have waited. I would have done something else next. So we'll see. That's the best I got. I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, I think sounds like we're in agreement. And as you were saying that, it kind of a fear crept into my head. And luckily, this isn't Disney owned, but I really hope James Gunn doesn't go the Star Wars show route and say, oh, this is in title a Peacemaker show, but 4 or 5 episodes, we're going to say, oh, here's the Justice League, or, oh, here's some larger character in order to make up for what we've both alluded to a little bit about this maybe not being the right character to move things forward. Like, are they going to try to bring in something bigger to say that, oh, okay, this is deserving of the scale of all this? I hope that's not the case. I hope they make it about Peacemaker and it stays about Peacemaker, but maybe we'll be surprised. I don't know, man. That's at least they're taking some risks. That's good. I don't know. I don't know if it'll pay off, but scared money doesn't make money. My friend Jor-El told me that once, and he's named after Superman, or his Superman's dad.
Pulling up a James Gunn tweet here. That obviously this is just a promotional one. It also doesn't say, like it doesn't give it away if it's canon or not, but it says if he can't find peace here, maybe he'll find it somewhere else, alluding to a different universe, which is probably where the Superman movie is set. And then it says the story of Superman and DCU continues with #Peacemaker Season 2 on August 21st. Rewatch Season 1 and listen to the official DC Peacemaker podcast now on YouTube. And then the picture is, it's a graffiti artist. It's in what world is he the hero?
Oh, in the world of corporate synergy, brother. Wow. I feel like an idiot. You maybe should edit out some of the things I said from that last segment, because this sounds like it's even the story of Superman and the DCU. Putting Superman's name in there, I get why they're doing it, right? It's that they're, you got some Six Sigma black belts back in there just saying, hey, man, we got this. Of course, we're going to mention Superman in our Peacemaker ads here. But, oh, boy, the more this goes on, the more it feels like that required viewing that I think is a very bad idea, James. It's a bad idea.
Yep. Sure seems required to me, but we shall see. We'll be watching it. I mean, I will be watching it, and maybe Kev will, maybe Kev won't. We'll find out.
Hey, anybody have any referral codes for HBO Max so I can save a few bucks?
Just $9.99 a month. You saw it. Just $9.99, Kev. Then you'll forget about it and you'll pay it forever.
That's what I'm afraid of.
The old Planet Fitness business model. Any final thoughts, Kev, before we get out of here?
Oh, I look forward to talking about more Marvel and DC stuff with everybody. There's a lot more locked and loaded, maybe some Clayface discussions. There's some more Otherworld DC universe going on in the DCGU. But no, other than that, just keep an eye out for more videos, gang.
Yep. We'll be doing this weekly now, except there may be we may do a Fantastic Four review live here. We haven't talked about this yet, but it did some big numbers and we might have to do that. So, but thank you everyone for watching. Please like, subscribe, follow us here. Kev, do you want to shout out anywhere else before we end our first week of the Weekly dweeb in the new segment?
Hey, go check out Carnage Media on YouTube if you want to see me at work. Had some good amateur kickboxing and pro boxing action from last weekend. So those fights and the highlights are going to be posted throughout the week. So if you're into combat sports, we got free fights every night. Carnage Media YouTube channel. Help us get to 1K subs over there. And other than that, again, just right here, man, turn those noties on because we're going to have a lot more uploads for you throughout the week now.
Keep joining us, guys. Thank you guys for watching these. This has been the Weekly Dweeb. We'll be back next week. We'll see you then.